Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gohndim and Gilmore Show. Today's episode is brought to you by the Boston News Network, the only New Age digital newspaper that brings you only the facts. And today's episode is our special Thanksgiving show, pre-recorded and releasing on Turkey Day. We are joined today by, I think, our first time reoccurring guest, Marlow. Marlow, please introduce yourself to our audience. Again.
Glad to be back. Thanks for having me on, gentlemen. I'm here because Thanksgiving is a day for cooks, and cooks are really polarized on the topic of Thanksgiving. I'm on the camp of loving Thanksgiving and being really excited to tell everyone else to get the hell out of my goddamn kitchen. It makes me feel like Gordon Ramsay in late November, you guys.
Oh my God, you're as sassy as Gordon Ramsay?
No, because I'm talking to like great aunties and stuff. So I'm just like, girl, who told you could touch that? Like, you know, I get a little sassy with my older relatives. And when I'm a conservative household kid, so I'm generally pretty respectful to my elders. But like when they come and touch my gravy, I like swat their hands. You know, it's my one day of the year.
That's actually a great way to start this episode. Does anyone disagree that Thanksgiving is a top 3 holiday?
No, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm a big Thanksgiving fan, so definitely my top 3.
I mean, for me, it's for sure Christmas and Thanksgiving in the top 3. I think you could make arguments for your number 3 holiday. For me, it's probably July 4th, but Thanksgiving and Christmas, like I think they have to be in there. Or I guess for you, Hanukkah, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hanukkah's probably number 1 for me, but we did celebrate Christmas as a kid, so I guess we got that in too.
Nice.
Oh my God, best of both worlds.
I grew up with Christmas, but I think it's kind of overrated. I think Thanksgiving does basically everything Christmas like can and should do. And then like Halloween and 4th of July are my other 2 favorites.
I've never been a big Halloween fan. I don't know. Christmas is just nostalgic. It's the music, it's the presents. It's like, okay, you're forced to sit with your retarded family maybe, but it's fine. And you always have like time off around Christmas. So it's just like, you know, it just feels good. I don't know. I always take like at least a week off, usually between Christmas and New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, whatever. So it just feels good.
Yeah, same here. It's really hard to do any work between those 2 holidays, so I get it.
No work actually happens between those days anyway. So like the few years that I haven't taken them off, it's like free days off anyway. So that might be actually the actual life hack. I guess unless you're working like manual labor, if you're like part of the petite bourgeoisie as I am, I guess it's different.
So Marlow, we decided to have you on because to pull back the curtain a little bit, within the first few weeks that we first met in the Discord, you sent the Discord some pictures of food you made, which looked delicious. So we figured none better than you to have to discuss about Thanksgiving foods and fanfare.
I appreciate it, man. I can talk for hours about food.
Oh my God. Can we ask you some of our dumb questions that I pre-prepared?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, this is our cooking Q&A segment. Does stuffing go inside the turkey or no, Marlow?
Okay, look, listen. I don't judge people who like stuffing over dressing. That's the question you're asking, by the way. Stuffing or dressing? Stuffing goes inside the bird and dressing goes on the side and is prepared on the side. I am anal retentive as hell. So I genuinely believe in dressing over stuffing. I believe in preparing the stuffing on the side, not putting it inside the bird. There are a couple of reasons for this. If you're preparing your turkey correctly, it's going to come out actually moist and it's not going to come out like all dry and crumbly. And so it's not going to sweat a ton of its juice during the roasting process, right? So if you prepare your turkey properly and then you stuff bread inside of it, the bread's just going to toast. It's not going to get that juicy. So personally, I have the take that if you are preparing your stuffing inside of the turkey, your turkey sucks. Love both, take care of both in the ways that they deserve. Stuffing or dressing in my world is just a savory bread pudding, and you can make it a million times better by having bacon, mushrooms, cream. That's what I do mine with. I do it with like Gruyere, extra sharp white cheddar. Make it crazy. Go sicko mode. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
So this is a dumb question, but is dressing just stuffing that's not physically inside the turkey?
Yeah.
Bro, isn't that what you just explained, Gilmore? Are you even listening to our guest? Hello?
No, she was saying it's like stuffing goes inside, dressing's on the outside. But I wasn't sure if it was like the literal same ingredients, just in a physical.
I can see why you might have misunderstood. Yes, they are the same dish with where, stuffing is stuffed inside the bird. Dressing is the same side just prepared on the side with its own process.
No, I thought there was like some reported health risk of making the well, I guess the stuffing inside the bird properly. Isn't there some you can get some bacteria or something? I can't remember what the wives' tale is, but is that true or no?
I haven't heard this one. It's all going in the same oven. If the oven can't kill it, then you deserve to die from it, whatever it is. Yeah.
Amen to that. Oh, that's a good question too. This was on my list, but a turkey in a fryer. Have you ever done that? And you've seen the videos of that going awry?
God, I've seen so many people fuck that shit up. And like I used to I was a fry cook for a little while, and I've put something too big for the fryer in the fryer, even in a commercial setting. But like to me, it's just a simple equation of like liquid displacement, and I'm frankly shocked that there are so many people in the world who don't understand that like the volume of the turkey is going to displace the oil off look. It doesn't matter if the raw turkey touches the oil. If you want to fry your turkey, put the raw turkey into the empty pot, put the oil into the pot over top of the raw turkey, take the turkey out, and then light the fire, okay? Then when you put the turkey back, you know that there's enough oil to not spill over the edge of the damn. It makes me so mad seeing people light their house on fire for no goddamn reason.
What if it's like a Indiana Jones situation and you have the fake turkey in there first, and then you know exactly it's the same size as the real turkey, and you like take that one out at the same time you put in the new turkey to avoid.
Well, you'd have to throw away that
spillage.
first turkey because it'd be all nasty from getting like preheated in the oil. You don't want to put something in lukewarm oil.
Yeah, maybe just put like a denser rock in there or something first. That's a good idea. Speaking of water displacement, have you ever seen the people that are scrambling the last like 6 hours to, I almost want to say de-thaw, but defrost or thaw the turkey like in water in the sink? Or I used to see those memes where people would like fill up the crisper in their refrigerator and put a turkey in there. Just people memeing
Oh
on
my
it.
God. I am really used to the running cold water over something as a defrost method. Like that's like a kind of just like a normal commercial kitchen behavior. To me, it's like Thanksgiving is the most wonderful time of year when the people who have studied the blade, so to speak, get to really show how much time and energy they've put into being better at you than this, right? So like if you're scrambling to defrost your turkey at the last minute, it means that you didn't have the foresight, the planning, the knowledge, the grit, the determination to have that shit on lockdown ahead of time. And I'm fine with other people fucking it up because I'm not going to fuck mine up,
Gilmore, coming from people that have studied the blade, what are your thoughts on that?
Can't say I really disagree about that. And by people, I'm assuming you mean Jews who studied the blade. So,
well, yeah, the tradition of circumcision. Thank you for closing that circle. Yeah.
No, I got that. Yeah, I can't really disagree with any of that. So, is the turkey that you cook? Does it matter if it's a male or female turkey? Does it make a difference?
Not even slightly. Not even a little bit.
Wouldn't the female have like a larger breast meat?
No, they're both genetically selected to be about the same. Rooster, hen, don't make a difference.
Oh my God. All right. What is the worst thing to cook on Turkey Day?
A bad turkey, in my opinion. And I'll keep harping on this shit. Like, because, look, it's not difficult. You just have to marinate it properly. Like, if you put a dry fucking turkey on the table, that takes the heart and soul out of the whole thing, man. And so, look, here's the message, okay? If your turkey was dry this year, think forward to next year and remember only this word, brine. Okay? Just soak the fucking thing in salt water ahead of time for you don't have to do more than 24 hours. And then when you cook it, it will be fine. It will be better than fine. It will hold all of its beautiful own juices inside of it. And it'll melt in your mouth. It's wonderful. I can't stand it when people treat a turkey the way it doesn't deserve to be treated. Like that bird consumed how many calories in feed over its lifetime and never stopped actually growing from being a chick to being an adolescent to being an adult, just piling on pound after pound after pound and going through the grueling agricultural factory farm existence. And for what? For Deborah to destroy it? I'm so sorry. That's evil.
Yeah, it was raised for us to enjoy its juices. I agree with you 100%. I don't know why this wasn't on my list. Are you a white meat or a dark meat kind of gal?
I'm a dark meat guy for sure.
That's concerning.
I like both, actually. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I have a big preference. I mean, on sandwiches,
I think
I
it's
take
like the
white
only
meat,
thing
actually.
Doobie and I have in common.
Oh my god.
No, I thought he
Sorry.
didn't like dark meat.
Yeah, I think he hates the dark meat, actually. Yeah.
Oh, did I have it backwards? Oh my! Oh no, yeah, that's what it was. He doesn't like dark meat at all.
Maybe he has it
Icky.
backwards, actually.
I think dark meat has a little bit more savor, a little bit more depth in its flavor. I think white meat is a little sweeter, a little more delicate. I just really like that. Like, I think dark meat tastes meatier, if that makes sense.
I think I agree with that. There's a bunch of people in my family that don't actually like turkey. And so here's the question. Is it ever appropriate to make ham on Thanksgiving instead of turkey?
Ham, you know what? Ham is a time-honored winter festival tradition in like European customs, right? Like
Mhm.
hams, like it's a leg of pork, right? Pork was easily preserved before refrigeration was really invented. It's because it's a high fat content meat. You know, you could salt cure it, you could confit it, cook it in its own fat, store it in the fat, all kinds of different stuff. So it became like in medieval times a really traditional gift that you would bring, like if you were visiting somebody on a holiday, right? You would like, oh hey, uncle and auntie, I'm so glad I walked 5 days to be here. Here is a ham. So like I think a holiday ham is cool. It's not in my family we do a prime rib because this is the United States of America, not like the Byzantine Empire or like the fucking Holy Roman Empire. And
Yeah, we've evolved a bit. Get with the times.
I have a
people.
fridge. Yeah, so like prime rib, thank you. Ham is good and fine. There are good ways to prepare ham. I think there are way better other cool stuff that you could be doing if you wanted to, if you cared.
I think ham belongs on Christmas. That's my hot take. I remember a couple years ago, I was hosting like the day after Thanksgiving because we had like two Thanksgivings back to back. And someone in my family is like, you have to have ham. And so like I bought this very, very small ham and like someone ate like 2 slices. I was very upset.
I've got a confession about ham, actually.
Hmm.
I've never, to the best of my knowledge, purposely had ham in my entire life.
Well,
So
aren't
you
you
accidentally have ham?
Yeah, when I was in college, I was only eating white meat, so I was only eating like turkey and chicken back then, no red meat. And I was at the dining hall, and I got chicken cordon bleu, which I thought was just chicken, and I ate like half of it and realized there was ham in it. But besides
my
that, I
God.
don't think I've ever had ham before, and not for Jewish reasons, just for.
But ham makes a
general
great
reasons.
sandwich.
Wait, you
know.
avoid
Sorry.
pork, but not even for Jewish reasons?
Yeah, I just only ate white meat and not red meat. I don't know why.
Listen, if you're not opposed to ham for Jewish reasons, then I fully support ham. It's actually, you know what? I'll be really honest with you guys both. If I had to pick ham over Spam, like if I had to choose between those two, it would be Spam, actually. Spam does everything ham wishes it could do better.
That seems crazy. I don't know.
Bro, Spam is fucking goated, and it was made in Minnesota and
Mhm.
helped win World War II, just for the record. And I will stand by this till the day I die. Like, one of the best ways to prevent a hangover is when you get home at 2 in the morning, and I don't drink, I haven't drank in like 10 years now. You fry up some fucking Spam and eggs, you eat that shit before you go to bed, bam, you're gonna be fucking golden. That was my secret in college, and I'm telling it to everyone now. Spam and eggs.
can
I fucking
confirm
love
that.
Spam.
I've also never had Spam before, so maybe one day I'll try it.
Spam is basically not meat, Gilmore, so it won't violate your vegan code. It's just like made in a lab. Don't even read the ingredients. You don't want to know.
Yeah,
It
you
comes
don't
out
need
a
to
little
worry about it.
slimy sometimes, but it fries up so fucking good. If you have like a doctor appointment coming up, don't eat it before then. Maybe eat it right after the doctor,
Yeah.
something like that.
Over a bowl of rice, a little hot sauce.
All my knowledge about ham and other deli meats is from working in a deli earlier in my life, so I don't know anything besides that.
You worked at a deli, but you only ate white meat.
Yes, and also there was a portion of time that I was vegetarian working there too. So.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, I always forget. You're actually not a vegan, right?
No, just vegetarian.
Okay, so moving on to our next topic, being the vegetarian in the room, what is your perfect Thanksgiving dinner plate, Gilmore? Starting with you.
Okay. So I would say it's some combination of potatoes, either sweet potatoes or mashed potatoes, or both. Some vegetable like string beans. I do like cranberry sauce, so maybe a slice of cranberry sauce. There's one dish my wife makes which I like. It's like a tofu with Brussels sprouts and like beets and like some like soy sauce kind of base on it. So like some combination of those things and maybe some corn, but it depends what's there.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
and
If
also
someone hands me,
cornbread too. Sorry.
if someone hands me that plate on Thanksgiving, I am eating a fucking bullet after that.
You don't like
Yeah.
potatoes?
Bro, that was like the lamest Thanksgiving plate. I'm sorry, bro.
Wait, I just
No
want to
turkey, no
verify with you,
stuffing, no
Gilmore.
gravy.
No. Maybe like broccoli bake. Have you had that before?
That's pretty good. Well, see, that's what I'm asking about. So you said string beans, but I come from a green bean casserole household. Do you have a radar for the green bean casserole? That is a vegetarian dish.
So I think I've had that a couple times before, but that's not like a common thing my family makes.
And I don't want to sound like a casserole person. I grew up like early in my life. We were in the Baptist church, so I'm off casseroles. I don't really touch those things. But the green bean casserole done properly is a genuine delight.
Yeah, it's really big in Minnesota, and that's like the one dish that gets the exception of being called a casserole and not a hot dish. Some people still call it a green bean hot dish here, but I accept casserole. Other things that are casseroles are actually hot dishes, so get on the program, people that are non-Minnesotans. Sorry.
That's a distinction I'm unfamiliar with.
It's just, we have the right way. It's like pop versus soda. We're still pop, duck, duck, gray duck. Lots of very unique but correct ways to say things, I guess.
Wait, gray
I
duck?
vibe with
What's
that.
that?
Yeah, they don't say goose.
Yeah. Duck, duck, gray duck.
Oh, instead of goose. Oh, okay. I didn't even know what you were
I
talking
think
about.
goose is catchier, but who am I to say what's
Did you
right?
think I said gray goose? Oh my god.
I didn't know at all what you were talking about, if I'm being honest.
Okay, Marlo, hit us with your perfect ultimate Thanksgiving dinner plate.
So for me, it's turkey thigh, and that's at 12 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, you're looking at mashed potatoes with the gravy that floods off the mashed potatoes onto the turkey, right? In kind of a from 1 a.m. to like back to like 11, right? Big arc of gravy there. And then I
Hell
like
yeah.
to stick the green bean casserole at like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, kind of in that block. And then I like to go from there to like a croissant or a bread roll or cornbread, something like that. Take that buffer between like the kind of slimier stuff that gets everywhere, and then like moving on to like sweeter stuff. So I'll hit the sweet potato souffle at 6 p.m. And then
Okay.
I usually take a big chunk of cranberry sauce. Well, in my house we do cranberry chutney. So it's like green apple, orange peel, orange flesh, cranberries. It's like simmered like crazy. I do mine with a teeny little bit of Sichuan peppercorn. It goes crazy. Hit that next to the sweet potato souffle. And then there's like a little bit of space between that edge of that gravy trail and the cranberry chutney. Surprisingly, they actually go. A little bit of tart sweet with that savory is nuts. That's where I like to spend my Thanksgiving. What you got, him?
Sounds pretty much like the perfect plate, Marlo. I think the only thing I would add in for is I just like actual just I should say raw green beans, but just green beans. I'll eat a fucking pound of green beans on Thanksgiving. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, one of my aunts always makes asparagus for like every family gathering, and so I'll enjoy a couple. Are those called stalks technically? Stalks of those. Lots of fucking gravy. I'm with you there. I'm trying to think what else I would add to my plate. I mean, the pie
Oh, I
comes
forgot
later.
the
We'll talk
dressing.
about
They
that.
usually stick that in the middle.
Yeah, stuffing and dressing. I don't think I have like an order to my plate. That's really funny how you describe that, though. I can visualize it very well.
I like
Tons of
some
fucking
ways
gravy.
that food touch and not others.
Yeah, I don't really mind my food touching unless it like ruins the texture or something and makes it all like unedible or inedible sogginess or something. I don't know. But I'm probably gonna eat my first plate so fast it won't really matter. So, let's see here. All right, that moves on to dessert. Going through like a pie tier list, anyone have a strong preference for like the best, not only overall pie, but we're talking specifically on Thanksgiving. If this is I think there's there's a distinction to be made here. There's Thanksgiving pies and there's general pies. And they might be the same in some people's books, but what is your best pie, Marlow?
That's really tough, actually. Well, there's one category question that I have on this. Does a cheesecake count as a pie to you?
Oh, I cheesecake for sure does not count for me, and
Yeah,
I
definitely not.
typically tell people that like chocolate pies and like all those like actual French silk and stuff. I don't think that shit is real pies either. Like this shit better be like a
That's
classic.
consistent.
I don't know. There's something weird to me where someone's like, my favorite pie is like a double fucking chocolate caramel turtle. It's like, oh my god, go eat a birthday cake or something. That's not a
But what
pie
is
to me.
that if it's not a pie?
A cake.
I
It's a
don't know, like a
cake.
cake. Yeah, that's what I said. Eat a
Oh,
birthday cake or something.
Yeah,
interesting.
I agree with that. So if I was allowed to include cheesecake, I make a pumpkin cheesecake that I really like, but that's off the table. So it's gonna have to be pecan pie.
Ooh,
That's
that's
my
a
I
choice
rare
might
too.
too.
one. That's your
Yeah.
choice?
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
Yeah,
I'll be the odd
100%.
one out. I'll be the odd one out. I think no one's gonna that knows me is gonna be surprised. My all-time favorite strawberry rhubarb pie, number one.
Respect.
And just slightly below that, just because of the Thanksgiving factor that I was alluding to, I think pumpkin has to be my number two, and then I'd go with like a wild blueberry for number three. Other times a year, we could maybe argue like it's nice to have a nice apple pie over some ice cream or something. There's so many good pies out there, but fuck. Never really been a
Now
fan
that
of
I live in
cherry pie though.
Oregon, oh, cherry is a classic, but now that I live in Oregon, I gotta say, fellas, my number two is a huckleberry.
Ooh, huckleberry's good, yeah.
Yeah, I think my top three in order would probably be pecan, pumpkin pie, then apple pie. But pumpkin and
Is
apple are pretty
apple
close.
traditional Thanksgiving?
In my family, it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think growing up, we used to have like a much larger family gathering. The only pies we would have would be pumpkin and apple. I don't know why that was. That's just like a memory unlocked.
In my house, it's only pecan and pumpkin. And my dad actually is the one that does the pecan pie because I think I was in like second grade and we had bought like some Costco pecan pies and put them on the top of the fridge to wait until Thanksgiving dinner. And unbeknownst to the rest of the house, my dad got into that shit and ate like half of it before Thanksgiving
Oh
even
my god.
happened. And it was the first year my mom ever like hosted Thanksgiving. They were still pretty young. And she was stressing out the whole day. And finally, like she got the pie down and like had kind of a conniption and told him that she was never making it again or buying it again and that he was gonna have to do it if he wanted it. And he's got this recipe he downloaded from the goddamn like Jack Daniels website with like bourbon in the mixture. Honestly, the man does a fine job. I respect it. He makes 4 every year.
Oh my god. Well, I promised the Discord, I think a week ago. I think it was a week ago exactly that I was going to buy a strawberry rhubarb pie and eat the entire thing. I did not do that, but I ate like half of one on Sunday, so we're almost fulfilling our
There you
promises.
go.
Any interesting Black Friday shopping stories, or does anyone have those in their family? I guess I have a couple I was going to share, but I'm not sure if that was like a big thing for you guys growing up, like looking at the ads and shit and just getting really, really cheap deals. Now everyone just does it on Amazon, so I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, what I would do growing up was we would get home because I usually have Thanksgiving at my grandma's house, which is like 2 hours away. So we get home super late, and then me and my buddies would meet up at the outlets by my house, and just go there and usually just buy really cheap hats at Lids. So those are my only memories of buying stuff on Black Friday.
Your only Black Friday shopping was lids for hats? Oh my god.
Well, we go to the outlets, but I didn't really care much about getting anything else besides that. So yeah.
Maybe it was just there's
Amazing.
nothing to do in Minnesota, so Black Friday shopping was like a ritual. We used to go down to my aunt and uncle's in the cities, which we call, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I remember one year there was a video game I really wanted. I think it retailed at like $50 and it was going to be sold for $12. And so my aunt drove us to what she called the ghetto Kmart. I'm not sure exactly what
God.
made it ghetto. I guess it was just in a poorer neighborhood, and I guess maybe most Kmart's are. I don't really know. Um, but there was like 7 people in line as the doors opened at like 6 or 7 in the morning. So I'm like, yeah, this is easy. What a score. And we eventually get in line. We wait in the car for a while because it was kind of cold. Rush into the store, get back to the video game section. There's 4 copies of this game that I want. 3 get like picked ahead of me. I'm like I think I was like probably 10 or 11 at the time. And I get my hands physically on the last copy, and this big fat guy rips it out of my hand, unironically, a $12 video game. So I always remember that. Um,
Jesus.
What
and
game
then
was it?
I don't want to date myself too much here, Gilmore. I could be like 50, you know?
Well, you went to Kmart. You already dated yourself there.
We had a Kmart up here until like 5 years ago, I think it was, or maybe it was
no shot. That's crazy.
Maybe it was 20. I'll have to look. It wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was a little bit before COVID. But we had a couple Kmart's around here for a long time.
I respect y'all getting into the Black Friday trenches because I come from a family that's that goes to like martial arts training and has anger problems. So we don't go to Black Friday because we'll get put in jail. We don't belong there.
I think that was the only one year that I went like in the morning for Black Friday. Like I never cared to like buy shit anyway. And then they started when I got older doing the thing where Walmart would open like Thanksgiving night, and I think even now Walmart does just like come whenever and open stuff like a week before. But my other story is that we were my sister and I were coming back from my aunt's house, and this is when we had it in northern Minnesota, and we were driving to Walmart because we wanted to look at, I don't even know what it was. I think she wanted to look at something. And we're taking my dad home as well. I think my mom didn't want him there because he was like in the bag, kind of intoxicated. And so we park in the Walmart parking lot and we're like, Dad, stay here. Stay in the fucking car. We'll be in there for like 15, 20 minutes. Probably a lie, right? So we go into the store, get whatever my sister needed. As we're walking out of the store, my dad is in the entryway talking to a cop. Like right by the, like where you walk out of the store, where the scanners are. And so I don't know. I thought maybe he was going to get taken away for public intoxication or something, but it was pretty bad.
So Thanksgiving's a special holiday for me, not just because I like to cook, but also because my birthday falls around Thanksgiving. And when I turned I think it was 7, my birthday was on Thanksgiving. And it was that same year that my dad got into the pecan pie. And my mom, like I said, it was her first year hosting all the family members. And she forgot my fucking 7th birthday. I didn't really notice because, my grandma was around and she didn't forget. My grandpa was around and he didn't forget, right? But my mom finally realizes it's my fucking birthday. And I wasn't mad at her, but she gave me an entire pumpkin pie and an entire can of Ready Wit to myself. And I ran around the house trying to offer people a bite and then being like, you can't have none, and enjoying my life. Yeah, it was great. My birthday's on Thanksgiving this year too.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Doc.
I'll be 30.
Happy birthday as this podcast releases. Everyone that's listening to this on Thanksgiving, instead of yelling at your family members around the table, say happy birthday to Marlow. All right. Any other traditions that...
Follow up for Marlow, though, because I feel like we kind of left this hanging there. Did your mom end up giving you a birthday present later on after figuring out?
Yeah, she felt really, really bad. She had been worried for weeks. My mom grew up way under the poverty line, and she did not know how to cook at all. And she's a really, how do I put this? She's really precise as a person. She's really good at carpentry and machinery, and she can fix and repair things, right? And she's good at teaching herself stuff. As a Gen X, she taught herself Microsoft Excel. Go off, queen. She can rotate a PDF. You know what I'm saying? But
oh my God,
this was just a completely unknown realm for her, and she was still a really young woman, and so she was having a fucking panic attack for a month leading up to that day. And she pulled it off. She did a great job. But yeah, that I'm sure it didn't help feeling bad about me, even though I was literally fine.
I'm glad it ended up well in the end.
I think that has to be a weird one where your birthday sometimes falls on the holiday and sometimes doesn't. It's not like other holidays where if you're born on Christmas or something or Christmas Eve. I remember growing up, there was 2 twins in my class who their birthday I think was on Christmas. It might have been Christmas Eve, but it's that must be weird as well because it's do you give them double the presents? Do you just give them bigger presents? I don't know. Did the other kids get jealous? They had a large family too, so I don't think I'd want my birthday on a big holiday.
I think a holiday's okay as long as it's not a gift-giving holiday,
Yeah, that's the issue. Exactly. It's almost cool to have your family coming to visit and having a big ass dinner when it's your birthday week every year. Who's gonna forget your birthday? Grandma? Hell no, dude.
Would never happen, literally. Yeah. Any other traditions on Thanksgiving here as we get close to wrapping this up? I know we're gonna talk football real briefly.
My Gilmore? 30 IQ dad and his brother play Risk every year.
Oh my God, I used to play Risk with my dad. We also used to play Stratego, if anyone's familiar.
Love Stratego. No? Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have the oldest copy of Stratego. It's so fucking old and dusty and beat up, but
oh really? Jeez. That's great.
It's so fucking old. The art on it is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, just quickly going through the NFL matchups. My Packers at the Lions, Chiefs at the Cowboys, Bengals at the Ravens. Gilmore, do you agree with me that the perfect Thanksgiving would be Packers over Lions, Cowboys over Chiefs, and Bengals over Ravens?
So normally I'm a huge Cowboys hater. So normally I would say I'd rather the Cowboys to lose, but the fact that they're not that good now and the Chiefs are really good, and I would love to see the Chiefs go under 500, I think I'll have to agree with you on all three of those now.
Perfect. Normally, I would love to see just the Lions and Cowboys just lose on Thanksgiving no matter what. I think it's kind of cucked that they host every year, and I have a lot of friends who are Lions fans, and so I just hate all the Detroit sports teams, even though they've been bad for a long time in a lot of sports. So, yeah, and obviously hate the Cowboys, but hate the Chiefs even more. Fuck you, Sharpie. Hope your Thanksgiving is terrible. And then, of course, yeah, the Ravens. Just let's let the Bengals win.
Are you telling me that Sharpie and I root for the same football team?
You guys are both Chiefs fans?
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
If
Marlow,
may this
I
episode on its release day be my funeral. Say a prayer, pour one out for me, boys.
On your
say happy
birthday?
birthday, then say R.I.P.
Yeah, man. Well, I used to be a fucking San Diego Chargers fan. I was born in San Diego. And then like when they moved that shit to LA, it almost felt like a bad family curse had been lifted finally. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
Chargers are
God.
pretty tough to root for, so I
But I
feel
thought you
there.
lived in
Yeah,
Texas
you
for a
know.
number of years too. I'm surprised you didn't. How'd you end up being a Chiefs fan then?
Well, I like was living in Texas for a little while before they moved the Chargers to LA, so I was still rooting for the Chargers. And by the time they moved the Chargers, I was like kind of aloof from the NFL. And my parents were living not too far from Kansas City at that time. And I went to visit them for Thanksgiving. And it was like the first football game I had enjoyed watching in a long time. And I was like, fuck it, Chiefs fan. Just as a gut feeling. And I regret that now. I regret it badly.
Solely because of Sharpie.
Well, powerful individual to make you think that. Yeah, I respect that actually a lot. Loyalty. Anything else we want to hit? I know we glossed through a lot of topics or blasted through a lot of topics.
I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. How about you, Marlow?
Yeah, I'm set.
All right, then we're going to do two more things quickly. Just a quick around the room, starting with Gilmore. What's one thing you're thankful for?
Can I say 3?
I guess 3. I think they know what they're going to be now. You said 3, but go ahead.
Okay, so it is family, of course. Second, I'll say being in good health. And third, I'll say my friends both online and off.
All right, beautiful. Marlow? 1 or 3 or 5. It's
second.
your birthday on Thanksgiving, so.
I am thankful for the house where I get to live. And you know what? I'll admit it. I leaned on my dad and he helped me buy it. But I'm not renting anymore, and I am grateful for not renting anymore. God
Ain't
bless.
nothing wrong with that. I think renters, rent cells, poor cells, get fucked. Anyway,
Well, I'm a brokey, so.
Well, you're not renting though, so you're a class above now.
You're a landowner.
Buy a little bit of a bigger bird, okay? Yeah, I mean, I'll just say I'm thankful for the G&G community, be really cheesy and corny, and all the new friends we made this year. Obviously, I think I was banned in a big community this year, and we were able to migrate most of the best people over here. Thankful for that. Thanks for your support. And on that note, we'll roll into the outro. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another episode of the Gohndim and Gilmore podcast. Check the links in the show description to see where you can find us. Join our Discord to interact with us and submit questions for the next show. As always, your support is much appreciated. Until next time, adios.